Hey guys, welcome to the Manlihood ManCast. I'm your host, Josh Hatcher. I am glad that you guys are tuning in today. Listen, I wanted to talk to you. I have been on a little bit of a hiatus with the podcast. I've been working on some home improvement stuff. Actually, you can see some of this handiwork behind me. I'm kind of proud of this. All reclaimed lumber from chicken coops and all kinds of random things I've been collecting. My wife is so glad that my pile of hoarded lumber is starting to shrink. And it's kind of coming together. So there's still a little bit more work to do. The wall's not quite done yet, and got the ceiling up and some more walls to do too. But it's coming together. But that has been taking a higher priority at the moment. So I do apologize that I haven't been as regular lately. Though it will be catching back up again. But this project has been taking a little bit of priority. But since I've been on hiatus, the entire world has fallen apart, and it has gotten crazy out there. What did you guys do? Who broke what? I don't understand. Anyway, I wanted to talk to you guys about some of that, and we're going to get into that in just a minute. So stay tuned. All right, guys. So we're back, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what's happened to the world right now. It is a crazy situation, this COVID-19 coronavirus situation. I'll be honest, up until a couple weeks ago, really about a week ago, my thought was, why is everybody overreacting to this? And, I tend to be the guy that looks at conspiracy theory things, and I'm like, oh, maybe it's this. And so I'm not going to lie, I've been thinking about that kind of stuff a lot. What's going on here? Why is this happening this way? Why are they doing this to us? And in the process of all that, I've really started to see that this is kind of a big deal. And they're not lying to us. They're not trying to pull the wool over our eyes. This is a serious thing, and we need to take it seriously. And men, I want to start out by saying you are protectors. You are the protector of your family. You are a protector in your community. Your job is taking care of them, to keep them safe. That's how this works. That's one of the responsibilities of manhood, is to protect. And you can't neglect that duty. You have to take it very seriously. You're a sheepdog, a shepherd. Your job is to take care of your flock. And your flock includes your wife, your kids, your neighbors, the people in your church, the people that you work with, and including the weakest of those who are not in the best of health, those who are vulnerable, those who could be exploited or hurt. That's your job. And I believe that principle applies all the time, not just in the middle of a crisis like this. This is a universal principle of manhood, that your job is to protect. And as we're looking at this coronavirus situation, everybody's saying, well, we need to stop, we need to not overreact. Well, you're right, we need to not overreact, but they've given us some guidelines that we really need to follow. We need to follow them, and we need to follow them carefully and cautiously. Here's the deal. Like I said earlier, that conspiracy theory brain of mine sometimes looks at situations, and I can see where a situation like this could be exploited to play off the fears of people, to get them to surrender their rights for security. And I fully understand those concerns, and I do believe that those concerns should be something that we stand guard for. That's part of protecting. But I also know that part of protecting is also making sure that the people around you don't get sick. And right now, it's a very real threat. So if they're telling you to stay in your homes, or they're telling you to take some time off work, or they're telling you to not gather in groups of more than 10, just do it. It's really not that complicated. Yes, be on guard against civil liberties and that general slide that we see. Be on guard against that. But at the same time, let's take care of the people around us. So I'll say that first. The next thing I want to point out is, in your homes, really in your workplaces too, but especially in your homes, be a thermostat. Okay? Not a thermometer. A thermometer reacts to the temperature. A thermostat sets the temperature. You, as a father, as a husband, as a man, have a unique power to be able to help set the emotional temperature for those around you. So if your kids are worried or scared, reassure them. Yes, take this stuff seriously, but you can reassure them. You can be the one to say, hey, we got this. We're going to be okay. Our country, our nation has survived worse. It's not the end of the world that things are different, that things are what they are. You can be the one to set that emotional temperature. You can, but it's not going to happen if you are overreacting yourself, if you are uber angry or uber scared or fearful. Don't do that. Don't descend into that. And I will say this is also a stressful time, especially as people are looking at possibly losing work, possibly losing income. So all that stress and all that anxiety and all that fear and all that anger and all that frustration, don't let that pour out into the lives of the people around you. Don't let that pour out. You be the one to set the temperature. Control your emotions. Control yourself. Okay? That's my encouragement to you. And one more thing. I've seen people post on on Facebook about things. Sorry. And this one really kind of gets me. It makes me laugh. And it also, not laugh in a good way. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? And I also want to say, listen, I love Corona memes. All right? I'm not going to lie. I think, I have a sick sense of humor, so part of these things, while yes, it is a serious situation, it's okay to laugh. It really is. Laughter is good medicine, and when the world's falling apart and crazy stuff is happening, sometimes it's okay just to laugh at things. I'm going to say that. But I've seen these memes or these posts that people post about how they need to get to the liquor store so they can survive their kids being home instead of at school. Because schools are shut down in a lot of places. And people are out of work, or working from home, and now they're forced to actually spend time with their family. And the joke is that they need booze to be able to cope with it. What the heck? No. Listen. Enjoy this time with your family. How often do you actually get to spend a whole day? Or when all the sporting events and practices are canceled and you actually get to spend time with them. Actually get to eat dinner together. Actually go to Walmart and try to find toilet paper together. These are things that you don't always get the opportunity to do. So don't act like your kids are a burden or like your kids are a problem or your kids are something that you have to try to survive because they're hard to put up with. Yes, sometimes kids are hard. I get that. But men, goodness, love your kids. Enjoy the time you get with them. Don't treat it like it's a burden or like it's something that you're not prepared for. It's not the school's job to raise your kids anyway. It's not the coach's job to raise your kids. It's your job. So men, man up. And treat your family right. And enjoy that time with them. Eat dinner together. Tell some stories. Watch a TV show. Play with Legos. Whatever you do as a family that's fun, do those things. Do something new. But don't treat your family like somebody that you don't want to be around. And if there are behaviors in them that are making them annoying so that you don't want to be around them, that's on you. It's time for you to teach them and discipline them so that they don't act like that. Anyway, I just wanted to share these things because as we enter a possible, I guess we're kind of going through this 2 weeks of, I'm not going to even call it restrictions because the government hasn't restricted anything yet. They've just tightened things up and they've made recommendations. I'm glad that they haven't said you have to close to everybody. I mean, I know they have with some dining areas and restaurants and places where there's health departments that can shut things down. They have shut some things down, but I mean, by the time you're listening to this, a lot of this might change because every other day there's something new that's happening in fact, every day there's something new. There's a new development. There's a new change. But in the process of us kind of hunkering down and doing things on a smaller scale and doing things on a level that is not as much of a risk for people to spread this virus, yeah, things are going to look different as they're dialing in and as we're getting closer. So take that time and enjoy it. Take that time to think, to pray, to read, to spend time with your family, to take a walk in the woods if you live near woods. But maybe this is a good thing, guys. I mean, the virus obviously isn't a good thing. It's not a good thing that people are dying, but maybe this forced kind of containment and slow down, maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's a chance to reset, a chance to kind of catch our breath again for a minute. So I just want to encourage you guys. This is nothing that we haven't gotten through before. In 2009, the swine flu killed, just in the U.S., the swine flu killed twice as many people as have died from the coronavirus worldwide so far. Just in the U.S. And the Spanish flu epidemic in like the 1900s, like 1918, I think. Like, I mean, that killed a lot of people. We're probably not going to see it this bad. It's not going to be that bad for us. We don't want anybody to die if we can help it. If staying home and working from home and, if that helps to stop the spread so that fewer people die, that's a good thing. Let's take advantage of that, right? Let's not freak out about it. Let's just do our part. Let's protect. Let's not react in fear. Let me tell you what, people reacting in fear and hoarding toilet paper, and come on, use your brain, guys. Use your brain. That's ridiculous. And freaking out. Oh, and politicizing it on both sides. This is not a time for partisan politics. This is not a time for us to blame the candidate that we don't like, or to shoot daggers at the incumbent, or to shoot daggers at the other party. I don't care. I really don't. If you think that any of those guys are to blame for what's going on, you're ridiculous, because it's not. This is a virus, and this virus has spread. And of course, there's all kinds of interesting conspiracy theories behind all kinds of things. I don't care. Right now, there's a virus that's spreading, and it's legitimate, and it's real, and it's happening. And we cannot get dragged into a partisan bickering session when what we should be doing is looking out for each other, and we should be coming together. So how about we do that? We have plenty we agree on right now. Like washing our hands. Let's just wash our hands. Anyway, guys, and again, if you've got time off, you've got time with your family, more time with your family, with practices and running around, or having to go to school, and maybe you get to work from home, enjoy your time with them. Don't treat them like they're a burden. Enjoy your time with them. Guys, that's all I have to say about the Manlihood ManCast. Listen, if you're having a hard time with any of this, and you just need a friend, or maybe you even want to talk about some of the conspiracy theories, I'm okay with that. It's interesting, right? Just don't be an idiot about it. But if you want to talk about any of this, go to Facebook and go to the Manlihood Man Cave. And if you're not a member, you need to join. It's for men only. So you can join there, and you can join the cavemen. And we could talk about some of this stuff. Let's hear your thoughts. Let's talk about it. Maybe you need a little bit of support. You're like, all right, my kids are driving me nuts. I don't even know what to do. Hey, guess what? We've got dads in the group who've raised kids successfully who can tell you, hey, this is how you correct that bad behavior. We're here to help you and support you. So please, join us in the Manlihood Man Cave. Let's talk about this some more. Or just shoot me a message. I'll be glad to respond and give you some advice. Or hook you up with somebody who can. Anyway, I love you guys. I care about you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.